You've been there, right? You set 12 alarms for tomorrow morning, determined to wake up early and do something productive. But when they go off, you just keep hitting snooze. The excitement you felt the night before seems to evaporate, and getting out of bed feels harder than pronouncing Streichholzschachtel. Have you ever tried? It's like the day ahead feels more like an enemy you need to avoid at all costs, rather than a challenge to face head-on. Your to-do list stares at you from the screen like an impossible task that you have to tackle, but you just can't seem to get started. You know you should be working, but your focus is like a ghost that's left the building. Instead, you end up mindlessly scrolling through social media, switching between browser tabs. The feed seems to go on forever, and you're hoping the algorithm will finally throw something interesting your way, something you can't possibly miss. But this is not one of those videos with flashy edits and jump cuts meant to distract you. This is different. I'm here with just me, a notebook, a pen, and some notes I've written down. All the things I just described, I've been through myself. And that's why I'm telling you this. You're not lazy, you're just lost. Lost in a sea of overstimulation that you can't control. It's completely normal. What else would you expect? We're living in a time that has more stimuli than ever before in human history. You're not weak. It's a miracle that you're even able to function in this environment. This won't be one of those videos that I usually make with all sorts of flashy stuff. No, this one is just us here having a conversation. Think of this video as the first step to taking your brain off the overload and restoring some order. Now, my goal with this video is simple. I want to explain why you're so overstimulated, and I want to show you 3 things you need to focus on in order to navigate out of this sea of distractions. Why? Because I know what it's like to lie down at the end of the day and feel like a failure. To feel like you've done nothing, like you're worth nothing. You couldn't even write that email, finish that document, or read those 5 pages. You planned to read. You didn't do it not because you didn't want to, but because focusing on something complex felt impossible. And here's the thing. I want to make this clear. This video is not a magical solution to your problems. It's not going to fix everything right away. This is just a roadmap, a guide to get you started on a journey of change. The first step is simple. Finish watching this video. I know that, right now, your hand is probably twitching to open another tab to check your notifications or to scroll through some other content. But stop. Look here, right now. This is the first step you need to take to regain control of your brain and ultimately your life. This matters. Take a deep breath. Calm down. And stick with me here because I'm about to show you how you can start regaining control. The first part of this is understanding why you're overstimulated. Yes, the dopamine is the culprit, but dopamine is not quite the way people often talk about it on the internet. People usually talk about dopamine as the pleasure chemical of your brain, and sure, dopamine is involved in pleasure, but its primary role is motivation. There's a fascinating study where they placed a monkey, well, a macaque actually, next to a lever. When it pulled the lever, it got either food or cocaine. Both were intensely pleasurable stimuli for the animal. The monkey would pull the lever repeatedly to get that reward. But here's the catch. If you moved its body just a little to the side, forcing it to walk a bit to press the lever, it wouldn't do it. Even though it knew the reward was there, it didn't have the motivation to do the effort required. That's dopamine. It motivates you to seek pleasure that's outside of your body. This is a huge point. For our ancient ancestors, dopamine was incredibly useful. It motivated them to go hunt for food, find water, build shelter. But today, dopamine motivates us to check out Cristiano Ronaldo's stories on Instagram. It motivates us to keep scrolling. And here's where the problem lies. We live in a world filled with overwhelming stimuli. This overstimulation hijacks our dopamine pathways, and we end up needing more dopamine just to get the same effect we used to get with less. That's why you're feeling unmotivated to do things that require more effort, like reading, writing, studying, or working. Why? because they don't give you that same instant hit of dopamine. They don't feel as rewarding as scrolling through Instagram, watching TikToks, or binge-watching a Netflix series. These quick rewards are hijacking your reward system and tricking your brain into thinking that they're more important than anything else. And here's what we've learned in the last 75 years of neuroscience. The same part of your brain that processes pleasure also processes pain. They work together like a balance. When you eat chocolate, or scroll through your feed, or enjoy something pleasurable, your brain releases dopamine. But your brain has to balance that out by processing some pain to bring things back to equilibrium. This is why, after indulging in a dopamine-heavy activity, you end up feeling bad, unmotivated, or empty. Now, the brain doesn't always know where to stop. It overcompensates. So instead of just balancing things out, it pushes the scale too far into the pain side. You start feeling the discomfort, the low after a high, if you will. And that's why, after spending hours on social media or eating junk food, you feel terrible. But here's the key. You can change how you use that balance. You can tip the scale back in your favor. It's all about forcing yourself to engage in things that are harder, that push you out of your comfort zone. Things like studying, exercising, following a strict diet. These things will trigger the same dopamine response, but in a way that actually benefits you. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But think about it. If you train yourself to embrace discomfort and push through it, the dopamine will come. It won't be instant, and it won't be a quick fix. But it will come, and it will feel much more rewarding. You'll feel accomplished. You'll feel like you've earned it. And over time, your brain will start associating effort and discomfort with reward, just like it associates scrolling and eating junk food with reward. Let's talk about how we can break free from this overstimulation. The first thing you need to do is reclaim control over what you put into your brain. You're in control of what you consume. The overstimulation you feel now is because you've relinquished control over what's going into your head. You've been passively consuming content, clicking on whatever's in front of you, just letting the algorithm dictate what you see. Now, this doesn't mean you have to delete your social media or stop watching YouTube. Far from it. Social media and the internet are incredibly valuable. It's not about eliminating these things. It's about engaging with them in a more conscious way. It's about being aware of what you're consuming and asking yourself, is this helping me? If you're watching random cat videos, that's fine once in a while, but if you're constantly watching things without purpose, it's like eating junk food all the time. You wouldn't expect to stay healthy if you only ate fast food, right? The same goes for your mental health. You need to start consuming content with purpose. Maybe you enjoy fitness, so you watch videos about training and healthy eating. Maybe you like learning about neuroscience, so you look up articles and videos that teach you about the brain. The key is to actively seek out content that adds value to your life. It's not about mindlessly scrolling through your feed. It's about consuming with intention. As you shift how you engage with content, you'll notice something incredible. Your focus will improve. You'll start feeling more engaged, more motivated, and less drained. And here's the next part. Once you've made your brain work for you, you need to get your body involved. This doesn't mean focusing on appearance. It means finding some form of physical activity that challenges you. Exercise isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. It's about improving your mood, boosting your energy, and helping your brain work better. Physical activity is crucial for resetting that balance of dopamine. As you push through the initial discomfort, you'll start feeling the positive effects. Reduced anxiety, improved brain function, better metabolism, and most importantly, you'll start craving that reward that only comes from real effort. And finally, one of the most powerful tools in overcoming overstimulation is something I call the power of yet. There's a concept called the growth mindset, which is all about seeing challenges as opportunities for growth. If you're struggling to master something, you haven't mastered it yet. If you're not good at something, you're not good at it yet. This mindset is transformative. It teaches you to embrace effort, not as a sign of failure, but as a necessary part of the learning process. The more effort you put into something, the more progress you'll make. And when you struggle, remember, it's a process. Embrace it. Embrace it. So, to wrap up, if you want to break free from this cycle of overstimulation, start by reclaiming control over your brain. Choose what you consume. Engage with content that adds value. Get your body moving. And adopt the growth mindset that says, I can't do this yet. This is a journey. It won't happen overnight. But every step you take towards mastery, whether in your mind or your body, will bring you closer to becoming the person you want to be. The power is in your hands. The path is yours to take. Now let's start this journey together. Take notes. Grab a pen and paper to write it down. Don't write it down on your phone. Let's bring this all together with a simple, actionable, step-by-step plan that you can start implementing today. This plan will help you abandon the self-concept of laziness, stop feeling lost, and begin finding yourself again. It's not going to be instant, but I promise you, with consistency, you'll start seeing the changes you want in your life. Step 1. Acknowledge the root cause. Understand that you're not lazy. You're simply overstimulated. You've allowed your brain to be flooded with quick, easy rewards. And now it's hard to focus on anything that doesn't offer that instant dopamine hit. So, the first step is awareness. Acknowledge that you're not broken, but you're caught in a cycle of overstimulation. This awareness will be the foundation of your transformation. Step 2. Reclaim control over your consumption. Take control of what goes into your brain. Be mindful of the content you consume. Stop mindlessly scrolling through social media or watching videos that drain your energy. Start curating your content. Seek out things that inspire you, educate you, or align with your goals. Whether it's reading, listening to podcasts, or watching videos with purpose, make sure that your consumption adds value to your life. Step 3. Create small, manageable. Goals start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with huge tasks. Break your big goals down into smaller, achievable steps. Focus on the first task and complete it. Whether it's writing one paragraph, reading for 10 minutes, or taking a 10-minute walk, start building momentum with small wins. Each small step will build your confidence and motivation, and you'll feel more in control. Step 4. Develop a consistent routine. Routine is key to breaking the cycle of procrastination and overstimulation. Create a daily schedule that includes time for productivity, rest, and self-care. Make sure to incorporate physical exercise to reset your dopamine balance and stay mentally sharp. Even if it's just a 15-minute workout or a walk outside, make it a habit. Step 5. Practice mindfulness and emotional awareness. When you start feeling overwhelmed or distracted, take a step back. Practice mindfulness. Pause and take a few deep breaths. Observe your feelings without reacting. This will help you regain control of your emotions and reactions. By becoming more self-aware, you'll be able to stop the automatic reactions that have been holding you back. Step 6. Adopt the growth mindset. Remember, you are not where you want to be yet. This mindset shift is crucial. Instead of thinking you're lazy or incapable, remind yourself that everything is a process. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. The more effort you put in, the more progress you'll make. Step 7. Celebrate your progress as you take action and stick to your new habits. Take the time to celebrate your progress. Even small victories deserve recognition. This will help reinforce the positive behavior and keep you motivated. The key is to acknowledge your effort and keep building on it. By following these steps, you'll start to feel more in control of your life and less lost. You'll no longer identify as someone who is lazy or incapable. you'll start reclaiming your focus, your drive, and your confidence. Remember, this is a process, and you're in the driver's seat. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and share it with anyone you think might need to hear this message. And remember, you own your mind.